Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. My name is Wack. Today is May 29th, and today's episode is going to cover some new scams that are going around. We're going to be covering news of Aave getting into the mini pool business, and also we're going to be covering a discussion that Jasper had with some Lido community people about, well, team members, I guess, about how decentralized Rocket Pool is or isn't. So let's get started.
10, 9, ignition sequence start, 6.
So the first thing I want to cover today is maybe not the biggest news, but definitely potentially impactful for a lot of our community members. It seems like people in the community have been getting these emails, and it's from something called Rocket Pool Quests, and they are saying that you can get multipliers on your APR, blah, 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 and it looks like it's come from Rocket Pool. And they're saying, we're thrilled to announce an exciting opportunity for all our users with active Rocket Pool position. If you are invited to participate in a series of quests to earn a lifetime 2.5 times APR multiplier. So that sounds nice. It looks like it's coming from Rocket Pool, but not quite. Like the colors aren't quite right and stuff. But of course, it's a scam. So there's no 2.5 times multiplier for your rewards. There's no way for you to get extra rewards, by being a LST holder or a node operator, except of course, through tokenomics changes, etc., like, protocol changes. That's not what this is covering. This is just a scam. Please be careful. Don't click any of the links that are in these emails if you get them. Discussion kind of started about, where these emails come from. Here, Zhang Gian got it as well, and here also Schifrin got it. So discussion started about, where are these emails coming from? Where is it originating from? Like, how did they get our email addresses? Well, it seems like they are using the old Ledger hacked email list, and they are sending emails to all of those people potentially. But I don't know if they've done any other like cross-checking with people from Rocket Pool, or whether that's just inadvertently came to people, in the Rocket Pool community. But here is one of those situations where you've got to really look after yourselves, and if you get an email that seems like it's real, there's no harm in just popping by Discord and asking just to make sure. Of course, your default position should always be that it's a scam, that this is false, that it's not a real email. You're not going to be getting these kind of announcements through email. You got to watch Rocket Fuel to get the announcements, but what I'm trying to say is that it's really easy to get caught up in this stuff, and all you need to do is click a couple of bad links and you could lose a whole lot of your money. So please stay diligent, please stay suspicious, please stay cautious, take a lot of caution in your actions, and always verify, like go to multiple sources. The last thing you want to do is to fall for a scam like this and you could end up losing everything, depending on your wallet security. But here Zirnex, I have no idea how to pronounce this name, XIRYNX, says, how did they get our emails? And Jenum says, half the time is Ledger. So that's most likely what it is. There's like the Ledger email list, and that's how it's going. So please stay careful. Please be careful. Please stay cautious and skeptical of everything you come across. And remember, always verify. Okay, moving on to some actually really exciting news here. We have the return of Mark Zeller, who we haven't talked about on Rocket Fuel for a while, but Mark's back today talking about some really cool stuff. Mark, for those of you who don't know, is part of the Aave initiative. I think he was one of the early people involved in Aave, and then split off with Aave to do governance stuff for Aave. Mark's a really cool guy. I've had him on Launchpad talking about Aave doing loads of cool stuff with Rocket Pool tokens. Of course, our ETH is allowed as collateral on Aave. There's borrowing and lending for RPL as well. So it's really cool stuff. So here they've got a new post of Aave governance, and this by Mark saying this is expansion of Frontier. So he says Aave initiative proposes the expansion of the Frontier program. This proposal aims to further decentralize the protocol's staking exposure and actively participate in network security by converting LSTs into Rocket Pool mini pools and running validator nodes. So their Frontier program launched 3 months ago and it was a success. The DAO was the first ever to produce blocks and secure the Ethereum blockchain. And then they've got their Aave DAO graffiti. It says in terms of attestations, all 32 validators are reporting 99% attestation duty, which is the best possible score to be expected of a validator. It says in terms of block production, the luck was not on Aave ACI side, and fewer than expected blocks were produced, which is normal and nominal according to probabilities. The ACI, Aave Chan Institute, was ready for this and will use its own treasury to make the DAO whole on revenue slightly below the index yield, that's the ETHX yield. This says as the Frontier program grows, probabilities will smoothen out to make outlier luck and unluck less impactful for both sides. Is using this data and experience, the Aave Chan Institute proposes the extension of the Frontier program by Aave DAO by converting idle ETH and putting part of LSTs unmarked for merit. That's the wrapped ETH program and other allocations. So here's the actual specification. So they said they want to convert the DAO's RETH holdings into Rocket Pool minipools. We propose converting 100% of the DAO's RETH holdings into Rocket Pool minipools to participate in staking directly, which is really cool. It says conversion of STETH to Stader validator pools. So 30% of the DAO's STETH into Stader, and then increase diversity with Stakewise, and designate Aave Finance Service Provider, yield optimization, real guarantee. Frontier as an official and permanent Aave DAO program. The next steps: gather community feedback on this expanded Frontier proposal. If consensus is achieved, move the proposal to the ARFC snapshot. If the snapshot outcome is yay, proceed to the AIP stage for implementation and funding allocation in cooperation with Aave Finance Service Providers by an ad hoc AIP vote or bundled in one of their treasury management AIPs. So it says that there's a disclosure here. The ACI directly acquires or is given access to RPL and SD tokens required to run validators on behalf of the DAO. And as no staking token is required to run Stakewise validators, the ACI is not compensated in that context. So the ACI is either going to be buying the RPL tokens needed, or they'll be using the Aave system to borrow them. I think it's most likely they'll borrow them. They'll put their ETH forward, borrow some RPL, and then use that for their validators. So it seems like this went to vote, and the vote currently is 403,000 Aave tokens saying yes, so that's 100% pretty much. 9.8 tokens saying no. So this vote is going to pass. I can't see what the quorum amount is, but I think that's above quorum. So that's really awesome to see. So congratulations to Mark and on this expansion of Frontier program. Now it has to be said that Mark himself runs validators with Rocket Pool. I think he's had a really great experience, and his personal validators, he has borrowed RPL from Aave. So he deposited ETH or another collateral asset and borrowed RPL against that, and then used that to start his validators. So Mark obviously knows what he's doing in this sense, but this is really cool that they want to instead of going with our ETH route, where you're paying a 15% commission, 14% commission, sorry, instead you are starting validators where you'll be earning that commission, which is of course a nice boost to your income. So this is really exciting. It's really cool that they're doing this, and I'm a huge supporter of this. So congratulations to Aave. I guess the next step now is for it to go to the AIP stage. So as the news comes in of that, I'll definitely keep you all covered on that. Okay, Jasper got into a little bit of a tiff today with people from the Lido community and Lido team members actually. So let's actually just jump to Twitter so look at the context. So here Dimitri, who is a developer with Lido, he's the tech lead with Lido, says that recently I was asked by Nick Sorokish how CSM will improve the decentralization of Lido finance. So Dimitri says, I believe CSM will bring hundreds of net new node operators to Lido finance within the first couple of months after release, and it will be just the beginning. And then Jasper says, if the vast majority of stake is still run by a small number of orgs, it doesn't really do much though, does it? So the idea that Jasper here is insinuating is that, you have 36, I think, node operators that are running 99% or 99.5% of your validators right now, because some of it's through the DVT program, a very small amount. Lido CSM, when it launches, will just be 1% of the Lido platform, which of course is a very small amount. So the fact of the matter is that even if they have hundreds of people, they'll only have such a small amount of stake between them that it's not really meaningful, when 99% or 95%, whatever percentage you want to say, like an incredibly high percentage, will be still with those 36 node operators that they have. So here Izzy replies by saying, by that logic, Rocket Pool doesn't do much either, neither in terms of total Ethereum staking nor Rocket Pool itself. There's top 40 node operators running 40% of stake. You're not really espousing this point, so why make it? A CSM will start small and grow, and also enable additional open modules. So Jasper says the question of Ethereum is very different. If most of the network goes down, the Rocket Pool home stakers keep it going. The question for LST protocols is that if a majority of nodes go down, the LST holders are screwed. So actually Jasper then puts together some data, and I'm going to show you the different charts that Jasper put together. He says, how people often ask, how decentralized is Rocket Pool really? Take a look. The top 150 nodes run 66%. The top 1000 run 90%. Now that's decentralization, all built on top of Ethereum. So that was actually really cool. I think there are a couple of charts here that show the information a little bit more clearly. Actually, sorry about the bad formatting on the screen there. But here, Haloooloolo put together a couple of charts. So largest nodes as a percentage of Rocket Pool validators. And you can see that, the top 1000 nodes take up around 90%. But this chart actually here is my favorite that Haloooloolo put together. So it says largest nodes as share of Rocket Pool validators. So here we have the number of nodes at the bottom. So that's 3,679. And then how much of that, is how much of the share of the protocol do they have? So 24 nodes have 33% of Rocket Pool with them. To get to 50% of Rocket Pool, that's 59 nodes. And to get to 67% of Rocket Pool, that's 163 nodes. But to get to 90% of Rocket Pool total stake, that's 886 nodes. So that just shows you that the decentralization looks really good. And now ideally, it would be a straight line with on linear chart, but I think that's unrealistic basically. But this still looks really good compared to other protocols that are out there that are way more centralized than this. The fact that the same number of node operators for Lido that have pretty much 100% of their stake, which is 36. Here, to get to 100%, you need to go all the way up to like 3,000 something, 3,500 pretty much, because it looks kind of flat at the top. But with getting to 90%, it's still 886 nodes, which is absolutely amazing. So this was some really nice data that got shared today. It looks really good. So yeah, anyway, on that note, I'm going to end today's episode. So thank you all for watching, listening, and being part of the Rocket Fuel community. I will actually, for tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, Anthony Sassano will not be recording Daily Go episodes because he's got stuff going on in his life. So I'll be covering more Ethereum news for those couple of days for people who want that little bit of a hit of Ethereum news. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.